Hi everyone, my name is Sister Eleanor. I'm a member of the Tau Community of Interfaith Franciscans, and I'd like to welcome you today to our talk. I'm just trying to get this computer kind of centered here. I just wanted to welcome you today to our talk on the, let me see, I think it's the fourth key that underpins all of Tau community spirituality. And today the topic is faith. So far we've had providence, we've had, let me think, providence, simplicity, integrity, and now faith. And so we have our candle lit for peace. It's inside this little tin. It's getting kind of small here, but it's still here, okay, and that's important. And we're going to talk about faith. And as I said, these are the tenets of spirituality that we have in the Tau community that we learn about and we profess that we're going to lead our lives according to these tenets when we become fully professed individuals and fully professed people amongst nuns, people in the Tau community. So, faith. Okay, a definition of faith could be a confident belief or trust in the truth, or belief in the trustworthiness of a person, idea, or a thing. When people together have a common faith in something, it unites them and they now have a common purpose, and that can move them towards a specific goal. So all of the people that have a common faith, like the different religions of the world, kind of moves them toward a specific goal in a specific way. Their goal might be to get to heaven, and it's moving them to act in a specific way. It could be any particular group. It could be a particular group that's together and they believe that, say, in ecology, or they believe in how should I say, in conservation, conservation of trees and the sea and, and things of that nature. So they all have a common belief that this is a good thing and that they are going to facilitate and put that belief into action. Usually faith goes into action. Usually faith just doesn't stay within ourselves and stays there. It usually is translated into some sort of action. And that kind of actually makes the faith grow stronger when the action actually, when faith turns into action, I'm trying to say. So let's go back to what we're talking about, faith. Faith lends meaning to life. It gives purpose and meaning to life. If you don't have faith in anything and everything's kind of just there and goes willy-nilly and doesn't have any purpose and it's just chaotic and circumstances just happen and there's no faith in any order or structure to anything, it kind of really lacks giving you a purpose in life and a purpose in yourself. So even though we have learned a great deal in science about ourselves and about the world around us and everything, from the beginning of time until now, we've learned a lot of things, a lot of facts about things and ourselves and the animals around us and our world and our earth, etc. People still need to have a sense of rootedness and a direction and a purpose. And that's really what we get from faith. You can have a whole lot of facts and a whole lot of about different things, but it certainly doesn't kind of gel together and doesn't kind of give you purpose in your life. It doesn't give you something, as they say, you can hang your hat on. It doesn't give you anything that can ground you. It just is a collection of facts, and it's nice to know all of that, but it doesn't necessarily give you a basis or a grounding for your life. Now, Brother Sean, in his writings about faith, actually made a comparison. And what he said is, you can have, when you're little, when you're a baby, you're in your mother's arms and you have faith that your mother is holding on to you and it's not going to drop you. Inherently, you have that. Then when you get a little bit older, like when you're about 2 or 3 years old, and your mother, say you're standing on a chair and your mother says, jump from the chair and I'll catch you. Okay, you have faith that your mother is going to do that, that she's not going to drop you, she's not going to not catch you, she's going to hold you and she's going to support you and she's going to catch you in her arms. So actually, when you look at all of that, when you look at those, at that particular circumstance, at that particular point where you have yourself as a little child, you're in your mother's arms and you know and you have faith that she's going to catch you when you jump from a chair, that really is all bound up with trust. And when I really thought about it, I thought to myself, yes, faith is really bound up with trust. And ultimately, then, it is bound up with love. So faith, trust, and love actually go together. Faith, in fact, is something that we practice every day, something that we can see happen. It's not really something that's it is something that you can't touch or you can't put your finger on. It's not something tangible, I should say, but it is something that you can see the effects of. For example, you have trust that when you flick on a switch, the light will go on. You have trust that when you open a window, there'll be air coming in. So there's a lot of, things that we just do inherently that actually contribute to our ideas of faith. Now, we, of course, as human beings, put faith in others that have demonstrated that they can be trusted. We put faith in things that seem to be reliable. Like I said, like turning on a light switch. But what about our faith in God, a higher power than ourselves, someone whom we really cannot see? And where does that faith come from? Where do we have that faith? We see all these things. We see manifestations of our mother's trust, our mother's love for us, and we trust her and have faith in her. We see the evidence of the lights going on. We see the evidence, or we feel the evidence of the wind coming through the window. But what about faith in God? Where does that really come from? It seems that as human beings, we have a need to believe in something that is greater than ourselves, and something that allows us to make sense of our world, our purpose in life, and why we are here. So we have that inherent drive in ourselves, so to speak, to make sense out of why we are here, to make sense out of what this earth is about, why things are as they are. All these things, we have an inherent need to have a greater power than ourselves. Even if you're a scientist and you say the greater power of ourselves is quantum theory, or the greater power of ourselves are the atoms and the molecules, or whatever it is, or the greater power than ourselves is evolution. Okay, you still have, as a human being, a need to have a greater power than yourself. For most of us, that greater power than ourselves is God. We can look to various religions for expressions of faith, and when you really get down to it, your faith in anything has to come from the truth that's within yourself. Even if you have been brought up in a religion, one of the main religions of the world, or any faith tradition, you still have to believe that within yourself. You have to, at one point, you can be brought up as a child and kind of accept everything that your parents tell you and authorities tell you, and etc. But there is at some point in your life that you have to see everything that they've told you and accept this as truth or not, so that you have to go within yourself and find the truth within yourself and say, does this really resonate with me? what all these people are telling me, what I've been led to believe, is this really something that resonates with my heart? So you always have to, the bottom line is that you always have to get down to what you believe in your heart to be true. And then when you have that truth, this has to somehow bolster your spirit. It has to bring you up. It has to make you a better person than you are. It can be something that brings you down. And this is the evidence of a truth that resonates within yourself, a belief that you have within yourself, a faith that you have within yourself. It's something that makes you better than who you are. And from that, again, you have the works or the actions that go out from that faith that you have in yourself. So the faith that you have within, that truth that you have within. So when you feel better about yourself, and that's kind of a trite way of saying it, but when you actually can be bolstered by the faith and the truth that you have within yourself, you can go out and you can actually assist other people and help them to see possibly the truth that's within them. And then they can actually make themselves feel better, make themselves better people, bring themselves to a position where they can also in turn help others. And so it goes on and on. So finally you get to the point where you say, this is what or whom I believe in, whom I have faith in. Because like everything else, your mother catching you, the lights coming on, etc., you have seen the effects of your belief in a particular higher power, in God, whatever that faith is, that truth that's within yourself. You see the effects of that. You can say to yourself, I am stronger. I am consoled when I'm in trouble. You can feel the effects of it that way. You can say that it propels you on to help other people. And you try to do the same for other people that way. So that's what faith does for you. Faith is something within yourself that you believe in, that resonates with the truth that's within your soul, and that you can pass on to others. And you pass it on through the effects of what you do to other people. What you do for other people, I should say, not to other people. Like Ralph Waldo Emerson said, all that I have seen teaches me to trust and have faith in the Creator for all I have not seen. Another quote, which I believe sort of sums it up, is that what we're trying to say is from H. Emily Cody, faith does not depend on physical facts or on the embrace of the senses, but is born of intuition or the spirit of truth ever living at the center of our being. Its action is infinitely higher than that of intellectual conclusions. It is founded on truth. So again, you see that again, that it is founded on truth. And always we must look within ourselves. We can look to religions, we can look to other traditions, not major religions, but other traditions. We can look anywhere and we can see things that profess to be faith and profess to be truth. But ultimately, it's something that we have to find within ourselves. We have to go within and we have to find within ourselves that truth that's within ourselves that allows us to have that faith. And remember that faith is equivalent to trust, and trust is equivalent to love. All of them are the same. It's really, you cannot separate one from the other. Everything is based one on the other. So I would advise all of us to look within ourselves, even to look within ourselves now, and to see really what is the foundation of our very being. What is it that you believe in? Do you believe in a higher power than yourself? Do you believe in God? Do you believe in our Father, Mother God? Do you believe in Jesus Christ? Do you believe in the Trinity? Do you believe in the nature spirits? Do you believe in the Earth Mother Gaia? There are so many powers that are beyond ourselves that we can believe in. Do you believe in the God that is within you and me? And truly, in essence, that is who is in each and every one of us. The God of the universe is what I believe is within each and every one of us. And that is the God of the universe, the God that is beyond everything, that propels us on to have faith. It actually urges us on in our spirit to search for something greater than ourselves, that gives meaning to our lives, that gives order to our lives. And that from that belief and from that order and from that love and from that trust, then we can just go out to others and give them the same. And we can connect to that, our spirit to that spirit, our God within to the God within others, which is the essence of the word namaste. The God in me honors the God in you. So that is what is all about trust, all about faith, all about love. I don't have a lot more to say about any of this because to me, that's the essence of it. It's searching for the truth within. And as I said, it might be tenets of other religions that you look at, but it has to resonate with your spirit. It is something that has to make you feel better about yourself. It's something that has to make you stronger, that has to calm you when you are perplexed or when things are chaotic in your life. All of these are the manifestations of faith, the same manifestations we see physically when we do something that we can count on, when we go into an airplane and we know that it's going to take us across an ocean. We have faith in that plane, in that hunk of metal to take us across an ocean, even though it seems beyond reason. So it's the same way with the faith that we have in ourselves, in a higher power, in anything that is beyond ourselves. We see the manifestation of it in our lives. We see the manifestation of it in other people's lives when we reach out to others. So this is faith in practice, and it's faith in essence. So as I said, I would invite you every day, if you can, and if not every day, then sometime during the week to find at least 5 minutes to go within yourself and to say, what is it I truly believe? What is it that propels me forward, that helps me to make sense of who I am and who and what the universe is, and what is the world around me, and why is everything here the way it is? Sometimes we have to just stop and be quiet a little bit because we have so many things in this world now that take us away from who we are, what we're doing, what we're about. The faith that's within us. I mean, we have the internet, it's a wonderful thing. But sometimes it takes us away from the things that are necessary for our lives. And quiet is necessary, and introspection is necessary, and the finding of what we believe in is necessary. All of that. We need to make sense out of it all. We can't just believe what we have been told. If we want to do that, that's fine. But in essence, to be a true, grown-up type of believer, okay, you have to really look within and see if it resonates with your spirit. Does it ring true to you? And if it does ring true to you, hold on to it and keep it and make it part of yourself, truly part of yourself. Don't rely on what other people tell you. That is not the essence of faith. The essence of faith is the intuition that's within. So that's my prayer for you today. My prayer for you is that you stop, that you take your time, that you see what is within yourself, and that you hold on to that truth and that faith within. Because from out of that faith, it'll make you stronger and be of benefit to those that are around you. So I just have a final reading that I want to give to you. And this is actually a poem by Sri Shimoy. And the poem is this: My Lord Supreme, what is the difference between faith and love? My child, there is no difference between faith and love. Faith and love are two complementary souls. Faith is the heart of love, and love is the breath of faith. So thank you for being with me today. It's a little shorter today, but I think we found the essence of what faith is and what really we believe in as Tau community members. What it always goes back to is faith that is within yourself, the truth that is within, sitting with God and knowing who you are and who you are in God. It goes always back to that. So thank you for being with me today, and I hope you can be with us again next week. Next week, I believe our topic is going to be gratitude. I'm sure I have a little more to say about that. So thank you again for being with us, and hopefully you can be here again. And as I always say, I wish you love and I wish you peace, and namaste.